The Mishnah at the end of Masechta Taanis discusses the day of Chamisha Asar B'Av, the 15th day of Av, and describes how the daughters of Yerushalayim, the girls would go out into the vineyards, and they would turn to the young men and say, Bachor sonne einecho re'ei, young man, look, lift your heads up and see who you're choosing for yourself. Al titen einecho benoi, don't look at beauty. Tein einecho b'mishpacha, look at family. Now in the Gemara there's a Baraisa, and there in the Baraisa it actually discusses that there was a few groups of girls. Yafyafiyah Shaban, the beautiful ones amongst them, would say, pay attention to beauty, and they would give an explanation why that's important. Miyuchasis Shaban, the ones with good lineage, would say to look at the family, and would also give an explanation. In the Ein Yaakov, there is a version that also adds that the rich ones would say to look at those with money. And finally, the Gemara says, Michu Aris Shaban, those that were unattractive, would say, K'chu mekchacham l'shum shamayim, that you should take your purchase. You should take the one who you choose just for the sake of Hashem. Now this is all in the Gemara in Bavli. In the Yerushalmi, the same idea is brought, but a little bit different. In the Yerushalmi only brings two groups, two categories. The ones that were not beautiful would say, Al titen einecha benoi, don't look at beauty. The hanois, and the beautiful ones would say, Tein einecha b'mishpacha, look at family. So the Rebbe says the first thing we need to understand is the difference between the Bavli and the Yerushalmi, why one brings four groups and the other only brings two groups. Another difference that the Rebbe focuses on is that when we're speaking about the beautiful ones, in the Bavli they are called Yafyafiyos, in the Yerushalmi they are called Nois. The Rebbe now looks at some of the details within the Yerushalmi itself. Number one, when the ones that are not attractive say, Al titen einecha benoi, don't look at beauty, it seems to me they're only saying something negative, what not to look at. Shouldn't they be giving something positive, a reason why they should be chosen? Another question the Rebbe has is, it says that the beautiful ones would say, Tein einecha b'mishpacha, look at family. Why are the beautiful ones saying, look at family? Why don't they say, look at beauty? What's the connection between the beautiful ones and the family? There are some other questions as well, which hopefully will end up discussing some of them in the continuation of the Sikha. The Rebbe explains this all based on a general difference between the Gemara Bavli and the Yerushalmi. We know the Yerushalmi, things are mentioned over there and discussed over there much more in brief, whereas in the Bavli, because it was finished later than the Yerushalmi, the Bavli ends up discussing things much more at length with much more details. This is similar to the Gemara, which comes after the Mishnah, that in Mishnah things are very brief, and the Gemara usually elaborates on those same things in a more detailed way. Based on this, says the Rebbe, now let's look at the Yerushalmi. The truth of the matter is the Yerushalmi, which again is concise and brief, doesn't really add much to the Mishnah itself. The Mishnah said that the girls would say, Bachor, lift up your eyes, don't look at beauty, look at family. So the Yerushalmi is explaining to us that these were said by two groups of people, two groups of girls. Those that were not so attractive would say the first part, Al titen einecha benoi, don't look at beauty. And the nice ones would say, Tein einecha b'mishpacha. As we'll soon see, the Bavli is going to take this second group of the nice ones and divide that itself into a few groups. And the Rebbe explains this first by explaining the term that Yerushalmi uses, which we mentioned before, that Yerushalmi uses the term No'os. The Bavli uses the term Yafyafiyos. Yafyafiyos refers to physical beauty. Whereas No'os, the term No'os, which we'll use over here, the translation as being nice, the No'os, the niceness can refer to all sorts of beauty, physical, spiritual, in other words, any sort of quality. So the Yerushalmi, which again says everything in a general way without specifying, groups all of the girls with qualities into one group. No'os, they are the nice ones. Nice in various different ways. The Bavli that usually goes and specifies more, details more, takes this same group and divides this group into three. Those that were physically beauty, Yafyafiyos, the ones with good lineage, and the rich ones. But, says the Rebbe, according to this, the question now in the Yerushalmi, one of the questions we had before becomes even stronger. We asked, why do the beautiful ones say, Tein einecha b'mishpacha, look at family? If we just said that the Yerushalmi is including all the qualities together in that word No'os, then why is the focus on family? Says the Rebbe, the explanation is that according to Yerushalmi, what all of these different girls are saying, all the ones with the quality are saying, what they're saying is that it's all not in our own merit. All of the qualities that we have is because of our family, because of our parents. What are the three groups, again, that the Bavli mentions, but the Yerushalmi is including all together? There's the idea of lineage. Well, that's obviously not about the girl, it's about her family. Richness. Says the Rebbe, we know the concept of Kol Kvuda Bas Melech Pnima. A princess is primarily inside. This girl is not going and earning money by herself. Her richness that she has is coming from her family. And similarly, the idea of beauty is again something that she inherits from her parents. And that's what the Yerushalmi is saying, that this whole group, all of the ones with quality are saying the qualities are not coming to us because of our own merits, it's coming because of our family, because of our parents. The Rebbe says, based on this, we now see another difference between the Bavli and the Yerushalmi. In the Bavli, each one of these groups was actually focusing and emphasizing their specific quality and bringing a proof for why beauty is great, why lineage is great, etc. But according to the Yerushalmi says one point. All of the ones with quality were saying it's from the family. In other words, they're focusing not on their personal qualities, but saying that whatever we have is not in our own schus, it's coming because of our parents, because of our family. Says the Rebbe, this is also what the Gemara means when it says that the Benois Yerushalayim would say, Bachor Sana Einecha, lift up your eyes. The way the Yerushalmi sees this, what it means is, it's similar to the idea, there's a pasuk, lift up your eyes to the sky and see who created all of this. It's Hashem. In other words, all the girls are saying, Sana Einecha, telling the Bachar, if you want a shidduch to be successful, you need to be thinking more about where this is all coming from, that it's all coming from Hashem, that everything comes from Hashem, rather than focusing so much on the individual qualities. And therefore, when you're looking at this woman and looking at this girl, not only to look at how she is practically down here, but really looking at the source where it all comes from and where qualities come from. And this is also the meaning in Teinei Necha B'Mishpacha, recognizing that the qualities are not coming from the girl herself, this she inherits from her parents, etc. Says the Rebbe, now we can go and understand why those that are not attractive are saying, Al Titeinei Necha B'Noi, don't look at beauty, which we said before seemingly is only something negative. Because again, first of all the girls said, Bachor Sanei Necha, lift up your eyes. And in this case, what they're saying is, this group is saying that even though seemingly we don't have any open revealed qualities, but you need to look at everyone where they're really coming from in their source. They too are children of Sarah, Rivka, Rachel, and Leah. And in fact, there's even a certain advantage specifically in these girls that seemingly are not nice, are not beautiful, not attractive. How so? The Mefarshim explain that these girls that was calling the Cha'uros, what the real quality is that they have Yirah Shamayim, that they have fear of Hashem. If that's the case, why are they being called Mechuaros? Why are they being called unattractive? The Rebbe explains that what it means is that these girls that don't have all the qualities that come because of their families, as we mentioned before, so many of these qualities come because of their families. So as far as their Yirah Shamayim is also something that's not coming to them because of their families or because of other things, but rather just because they are Yidden, because they have a neshama. Every Yid deep down inside has Yirah Shamayim. But these girls are being called Mechuaros. The reason being is because they feel that it's completely not coming because of any quality that they have on their own. They're constantly recognizing that it's all coming from Hashem. And if not for that, on their own they feel they have no qualities, therefore they're unattractive. It's similar to a famous concept that Chassidus speaks about the moon, that leisle migarma klum, the moon doesn't have any light of its own, all it's receiving is from the sun and then giving it off further. Says the Rebbe, so this then is going to be the difference between the ones that we call the no'os, the beautiful ones that have all the qualities, and the cha'uros, the unattractive ones. The nice ones are the ones that feel their qualities, their beauty, their lineage, etc. At the same time, they're saying, yeah, but it's not completely due to us. Our family gets the credit for it. But it's these chu'uris, these ones that seemingly don't have qualities, what they feel is that they don't have anything at all. Even if technically they might have something, these are the ones that feel they have nothing, rather that everything is from Hashem. And once again, this is the meaning of Sanai Nechorei. They're telling the Bachar, lift up your eyes and see, just look at things the way they are up above, and that everything is coming from Hashem. Says the Rebbe, based on this, we're going to understand another detail, which is one of the things that Rebbe asked earlier, we didn't mention it specifically. The Gemara in the Yerushalmi brings the pasuk at the end that says, Tse'enu re'ena b'nois Tzion, go out, daughters of Tzion, and see the Melech Shloimoi. Now this is a pasuk that was brought already in the Mishnah. The first question is, why does the Gemara need to repeat this pasuk? Now the Gemara actually adds more that was not brought in the Mishnah the way it's in Yerushalmi, and says, look at Shloimeh, ba'atara she'itra lo'imoi, the crown that his mother gave him, b'yoyim chasunasei, on the day of his wedding, or b'yoyim simchas liboy, which the Gemara explains that this is referring specifically to the time that Shloimeh built the Beis HaMikdash. So the Rebbe says these two ideas, ba'atara she'itra lo'imoi, the crown that his mother gave him, and the idea of the Beis HaMikdash, really correspond to these two groups that we were speaking about. That is, the crown that the king gets, on the one end, it's connected to the qualities of the king. That's why he's becoming quick king. At the same time, we're saying that who gives him his crown? His mother is giving him the crown. We're emphasizing that despite his great qualities, his mother is giving it to him. This is similar to the group of beautiful girls that they feel they have qualities, but understand that it's coming from their family. On the other hand, when it says Yom Chasunasa, Yom Simchas Libu, which we said refers to the Beis HaMikdash, on the one hand, Shloimeh HaMelech built the Beis HaMikdash. But what is constantly felt in the Beis HaMikdash? This is the Beis Hashem, this is Hashem's house. This is similar to the second group, which are the ones that don't feel they have any of their own qualities, rather it's all coming from Hashem. And finally, the Rebbe says that when the Yerushalmi is speaking about the Beis HaMikdash, the Yerushalmi finishes the word Amen. What is the idea of Amen? Amen represents the idea of something that's true and true forever, eternal. Because this is what it's hinting to, the third Beis HaMikdash that's going to be eternal. Why? For the same reason, because this is the one that's being built by Hashem. Just like these girls that feel that everything is coming from Hashem. Similarly, the third Beis HaMikdash that's built by Hashem, this is the one that lasts forever, may it be immediately.